I'm going to teach you how to take control of your finances. If you have a job or any type of income that you're receiving right now, you could be in charge of your finances and take it to the next level with simple hacks and tricks to maintain your finances in order. Hello guys, welcome to the channel. I know I don't talk about budgeting too much on the channel, even though I'm always saying that I'm talking about budgeting in the channel, but I've never put out a video exactly talking about it. So this is it. Today I want to show you how I budget my weekly paychecks or any of my incomes in order to keep track of everything. When you do budgeting, you are giving your dollars an assignment. Every dollar that you get from your income, from your paycheck, has a place to go at the end of the month or every week. It is important to develop these habits because this is how you're going to take control of your finances. This is how you're going to achieve whatever is it that you're trying to achieve. And I'm going to go over the things that I do with my budget every week. Maybe I can inspire you to do the same. First, I'm going to start with my binders. These are my binders that I use to budget every week. For example, this binder, this purple binder is for the expenses that I need to have at the end of the month ready. Now, what has worked for me? Before I show you my categories here on my expenses binder, I just want to mention that I always go 1 month ahead. Now, at the time of the recording of this video, it is April 14. On April 14, I have already covered all the entire bills for the month of April, and I also have all the bills for May covered as well. This means that I do not have to worry for this month or May. I already have everything covered. I was able to do this saving some extra money at the end of each month in previous months in order to go ahead and have my expenses for 1 month in advance or maybe 2 or 3. But as of now, I have 1 month in advance all the time. So what do I have here in my expenses binder? Let me show you. This is my expenses binder and I want to show you what I have in each one of this. So let's start. For example, here I have rent, I have phone bills, I have car insurance, I have cable, I have subscriptions, I have house items. This is more like products of the house that I purchase every month, like soap, paper toilet, paper towel, the soap to wash the clothes, the Suavitel, all of this stuff of the house. This is the money I put here monthly. The el lavado, I put this category like that because I have to refill the car in order to wash the clothes in the basement. You need a car, like a digital car. So I need to put money on that in order to be able to wash the clothes. Here I have the payments for my credit card. So one Chase car, the second Chase car, and then I have here Santander. This is a personal loan that I have. And then I have the debt snowball. In this category, I put money that I want to use to pay some of the debts. For example, the debt of the Santander loan or the debt for any of these two credit cards. I start paying them the big interest first. So this snowball money is going to go to the highest credit card or the loan with the interest that is higher. So why do I do this every single month? Well, these I don't fill out at the end of the month. What I do is that every time I get my paycheck, I already know what I'm going to book for that paycheck on my binder. How do I do that? I want to show you. This is the paper I use to maintain myself organized. What I do, I have expenses for the month. As you can see, this one says expenses for May because I already finished May. As you can see, all the boxes that are checked, so I already finished having the money for the expenses of next month. But what I basically do in this paper here is I put the my priority expenses, which are, for example, rent, phone, car insurance, cable, car refills, and products of the house, like you saw on the binder. Then I have the payments for the credit card, which are two, Chase 1 and Chase 2. And then I have the subscriptions, which I have listed here: Amazon Prime and how much it is, iCloud and how much it is, YouTube how much it is, and Canva. I put on the side how much is everything. So when I check it up, I already know that it is completed, the entire thing. I have the payment for the loan, which is the Santander that you saw on the binder, and in the bottom I put the total. So for example, the total expenses that I have in 1 month is $2,936. So what do I do? The first thing I'm going to calculate is how much I get paid every week, and I'm going to add that amount and see how much it gives me. After I add my income, right, and I know how much I make in a month, I'm going to go ahead and add how much are my expenses, like I told you right here. The expenses, you're going to compare it with your income. If your expenses are more than your income, you know that something is wrong and that you're probably going to have to fix your expenses. This means cutting off subscriptions, working your payments out with the company that you currently have, to see if you can pay less for certain service, or maybe changing companies or stuff like that, because I'm pretty sure you can cut some money from there. Now, if everything looks good, what you can do is divide your expenses by 4. Why? Because you get paid every week and you have 4 weeks in 1 month. So when you divide it by 4, you know how much money from each paycheck you're going to have to put in each category in order to have the money ready at the end of the month to cover the expenses. This is what I do, as you can see in the paper that I showed you. So in this paper, I also include some stuff for my sinking funds. Sinking funds are just money aside for something that's going to come up, because we always have something coming up, like emergencies, maintenance of the car. If you're constructing, like me in the Dominican Republic, I put some money aside from that. Debt snowball, which you saw here as well. Savings, special occasions, savings for my son and my daughter, money for coffee that I buy almost every day when I'm working, just in case money, and some money for beauty or nails, like I call it. If you have that money extra after you put the money each week on your categories to cover your expenses, you can actually add that money on your sinking funds. So this is going to help. This is what I did when I wanted to, get that money to have a month in advance. Every single dollar left at the end of the week, after putting the money needed to cover the expenses, I would put it in another account to be able to save enough to have 1 month in advance. In this paper, I also list how many times a month I get paid, so that I know when I was going to get paid and how much money I was going to put, like I told you. And I have a calendar which helps me visually see what days I get paid. And in the next page, I have when are my bills due, so that I know exactly when are they due and I don't miss any payment. Another thing I have right here is the importance of using some credit cards, if you have control of it, to make some cash back. I use my Apple card because it gives me cash backs on most of the stuff or the bills I pay. So I love it. I also attached here my challenges. So every month I do a $1,000 in 30 days challenge, which I complete mostly all the time, because I know my income can actually support this type of challenges that I do. And this is pretty much it. This is my binder for the sinking funds, like I was mentioning you. I want to show it to you so that you see it. So in my sinking funds, I have, for example, money for my daughter, my son, some savings money. I have some money for the construction, like I told you, because I'm constructing in the Dominican Republic. I have money for coffee, just in case. Else money, emergency. I have special occasion money and maintenance money. So as you can see, whatever I'm telling you to do, it's something that I am doing as well because it has been very beneficial for me to keep order with my finances. You could do this if you have your account in the bank, but I find it so difficult because everything you see outside you think is a priority or an emergency to buy or to get, and then you could be caught off purchasing stuff that you don't even need. This is why I do it like this. And in the bank, I just keep the money needed for the month. So I put the money in that is needed to cover the expenses at the end of the month. For example, the money that's needed to cover all the expenses for April is already there. And like you guys know, I already told you I have the money for May already here to cover May's expenses, which I'm gonna go to the bank and put at the end of April. So this is how I do it to maintain my finances in order. I hope all this information that I have given you in this video is helpful because I want you as well to take control of your finances. In the description of the video, I am going to link all the items that I use to budget, which is no much. It's only like the binder and the little things inside and the budget sheet to keep track of the money that you're putting in or out. And yeah, I'll see you in the next.
And if since this is for YouTube, I just wanted to say like and subscribe to my mother. I am now the daily reminder in her videos of liking and subscribing.